Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Bhumika. How are you all doing? A very warm welcome to the first episode of Educator Spotlight Unplugged with Bhumika. Good evening, everyone. I see some of you are still joining in. Good evening. We'll just wait for a few more seconds. We'll start in a minute, I think. Still waiting for some more people to join in. All right. Good evening, everyone. Once again, my name is Bhumika Savarwal. A very warm welcome to the first episode of Educator Spotlight Unplugged with Bhumika. Are you excited? Type yes in the comment box if you are. All right. So we'll just start with this conversation now. So we are basically here today with the first episode of Educator Spotlight Unplugged with Bhumika to have a fun conversation with Mr. Mathew Thomas, who is the founder of All India Educators Forum. AIEF is a United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 4 registered group that has a membership of more than 30,000 educators across India and global ambassadors from 21 countries across the world. As this data is as of January 2023, AIEF was launched in 2019 and registered in 2020. The organization was initially called Delhi Teachers Forum and had only 50 teachers associated with it, which then grew to 1,000 in 2019 and eventually to 30,000 in 2023. The aim of the group AIEF is to empower educators in all aspects of teaching. So today, we have a remarkable guest who wears multiple hats, a math teacher extraordinaire with 29 years of experience, and the founder of a groundbreaking educational startup since 2019. Get ready to be inspired as we explore the journey of this visionary educator. Let's give a very warm welcome to our math maven and founder, our very own Mr. Mathew Thomas.
Thank
Good
you.
evening, sir. Thank you so
Good
much.
evening, and
Thank you
thank
so
you for
much.
that warm welcome.
Thank you for joining in today. We will not take a lot of your time. I'll try to keep it short and sweet. And I'm so thrilled to have you here. Thank you so much for joining in. So let's begin by uncovering your unique story, right? So, as a math teacher with 29 years of experience, what what made you start your journey as the founder of an educational startup?
Yeah, I think that's a question which often is asked, and actually, what happens is in a journey of a teacher, you get stuck at some point because we are one of the few professionals which has got a parallel structure. That means rising up the ladder in the same institution is very difficult because you have only a principal and vice principal, and rest all are teachers. Whether
Right.
you GCP or TGP or PGT doesn't make a difference. Whether you have 30 years of experience, 10, 15, 20, all are equal, right? All are our colleagues. So a fresher,
Right.
30, so it doesn't make a difference. So that's when, when there is a stagnation, you feel that you can do so much more, reach out to more educators. And that idea actually came into my mind, that I should be putting, into use what we have learned over a period of time. Not only what I learned,
Mhm.
but there are so many of the young people who are ready to teach the us oldies, and similarly the experience and expertise of the older generation. They have something to share, and therefore let's bring in some respect and professionalism into the whole teaching fraternity. Otherwise, doctors, engineers, lawyers, they're very organized, and I didn't find any organization as such which was uniting the teachers, giving them professional training to become better. So that idea actually clicked, and started with a little few of my like-minded friends. And whenever there is a good cause, there are a lot of people joining in. And
I agree.
when the trickle of water became a river, we
Yeah.
didn't come to know only.
Yeah, and that too in very short while. I think 2019 to 23, from 50 to 37 is very impressive. It's just the way the group function, AIEF functions, that more and more teachers have been joining across,
Yeah, so I
throughout
think
the year.
one of the major reasons for that is the vision that I had for the organization, is that there were initially, when it started, there were a lot of people. The founder member, they said, make me president, make me secretary, make me treasurer, chairman. I said there will be no post in this organization. Everyone is going to be equal, and as you work, you are going to rise up the ladder. So there's no there's no post as such in this organization. So what we have is a system where the resource person comes, share, and as you are empowering others, you rise up the organization, and you play a more important role in the organization. So I think that helped, that idea clicked with a lot of people. And I didn't have to advertise or anything. People come forward
Mm.
on their own, saying that, sir, I have this program, I want to do this session. So so that I think was the USP of the organization, which
I
helped us
totally
grow
agree.
very fast.
Yes.
And of course, the COVID, that was another thing where everything went online. So there was, at that point of time, we had teachers who were literally crying, saying that we don't know how to do Microsoft PowerPoints, we don't know how to do all this Zoom and all that. So literally, because
And
they were never used to. And suddenly, we stepped in and started training these people. I think that's how, by word of mouth, it spread very, very fast.
yes, it did. It did. But it has been really helpful. I mean, being a part of AIEF, I can definitely, I've seen it growing, and I've seen myself growing with AIEF. So that's really beautiful. So, all of us, I mean, we teachers, we deal with hundreds of students every day. But how is it to deal with thousands of teachers almost every day? I'm sure you get to interact with so many of them every day. You're just a
Yes,
call
yes.
away always. So, how is it? What are your challenges like?
Yeah, initially the challenge is always great, because they the teachers themselves are like babies initially. So I have to deal with all sort of teachers, from teachers from the rural areas who probably don't even know how to upload certain things on a Google Drive, and everything. So I have to keep in mind everything and structure it in such a way that even the simplest of procedure can be explained in a very easy way. So,
Right.
and accessibility is another thing which is very important as a founder. So if you don't respond to people, then people will say that that he's acting too smart, he doesn't pick our calls nor message. And there are a lot of there are a lot of principals also in our groups, you see. So
Right.
and then they have their own they are on a higher pedestal, and you have to treat them with a little more respect. And you have to be good to them. And thankfully they were also very good to me. But sometimes when they don't know me, people who know me, they know my nature, and whenever it's possible, I'm accessible. But at some point of time, like, say, some principal will call me saying that I was not given entry into this particular session. Please
That
see to
can
it
be
that
tricky.
this doesn't happen in the future. It's because they are used to that principalship and all that.
Right.
So yeah, there are all sort of problems. I mean, and but over a period of time, you get to know, because every day we are learning. Okay, this happened. This has to be done. This has to be done. This happened.
Yes.
So we have a set of protocols, and because of that, now things are falling into place. And now most of our members are actually, they have fallen in, they know what's happening in our organization. So there's nothing much to be done.
All
Explanation
right.
part. When we get new members, it's always a challenge. Yes.
Right. All right. So, what about student learning beyond traditional tests and exams? Is there any, any assessment method that you use in your classes? Since you have 29 years of experience, we would really like to know if you have any other alternate to the traditional exams and, the traditional assessment pattern that we usually use.
Yeah. So I have never believed in this traditional exam system. So for me, somebody who's getting actually 40 or 90 is the same. That percentage doesn't matter. So I tell them, then if you're above 90, then go for it. You crack the IITs, you go for medical, and you are super brilliant. It's okay. So I don't disturb them. Rest, I will say, if you're, what is it, 70, 80, 60, all are, in the same. You'll not get
Right.
admission anywhere. So get better, train yourself in some skills. So you could have good communication skills, you could have coding skills. So I always tell my students that instead of see your aptitude, what is your aptitude? Are you good in maths? Are you good in science? Are you good in English? Go for those subjects, because earlier the parents used to force them. No, you have to take maths, there is no option. They were, and the students
Right.
used to reluctantly do it, and then they'll pay some money and get into admission in some engineering college. But that doesn't work out in real life. So what we observe is that now, if you look at all the big companies like Google or Facebook or any big company, they're not seeing your fancy degrees. It's all basically the knowledge. So I have students who are just in class 11 and 12 and earning already 1 lakh plus from big organizations like Google, because they learned coding during the COVID times, and they are contributing to so many programs and so on. So it's not about marks or anything, and that has been the the uh, least important things for me. Of course, the brilliant students, I have encouraged them to do exceptionally well, but otherwise, I've always focused on the skill part. You develop some skills. That is ultimately that's going to happen. That's what's going to matter in life, and that's
Right.
yeah, that's what's going to give you success.
Right. I think skill development definitely
Yeah,
matters.
absolutely,
How
yes.
much you can learn and write down in the exam
Apply
is not
application in real life. What you
application is
learn.
what you
Yeah,
need.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So if you were to create a new subject to be taught in schools, which one would it be and why?
New subject, it will definitely something based on life skill. I am so excited
All right.
about when NEP said that there will be bagless days. And imagine a teacher going to a classroom without a textbook.
Right.
99% of the teachers will start shivering because they don't know what to do in the class. Because when you have a textbook, when you have a curriculum, it's easy. Okay, this is what we have to do today. But imagine a situation where you are going to the class and you are just talking to them about some skill. So what we see nowadays is that we have engineers, but they don't know how to, probably fix a fuse, and they don't know a simple carpentry or simple plumbing. They don't know how to change the car tire. So where are the life skills? When you go to US and Europe, people are doing everything on their own, and
Right.
Indians, because of that, dignity of labor, etc., etc., they will not do everything. And what is important is to develop our skills, not only in the basic skills but also advanced skills. So my definitely, because all these subjects that we are studying right now, 90% of them, I'm not talking about the new curriculum which is going to come, but so far what we did, actually the syllabus has become so outdated, and it's not relevant. You may be MSc and PhD, but ultimately how are we using all those in real life? Many students, I'm sure many students of yours also must be coming back. Of course, you are teaching a language which is very
Right.
important in life. But if you look at, maths teacher is always the main enemy of the students. Sir, you taught us so much trigonometry, so much of this. Oh, where did in life did we use all this?
I
So that's the
totally
question.
agree. Application. I think we come down to the same point that application is what we need, and that's what we need for the future. So
Yeah.
life skill is what you would like to introduce as a new subject, right? Great. So if you could swap places with a student for a day, what subject or activity would you be the most excited about? And you definitely can't say maths.
So no, my answer wouldn't be maths. Actually, like all boys, I would be opting for the game spirit, because
Game.
that's something, the fitness, the that's what gives you freedom, and the studies and all that. But how many times do we take our students outside? There is actually, they say nature is the best teacher, but we don't even take them
Mhm.
outside because of XYZ reasons, of the school policies, etc. But I think the learning happens outside. That's why in the earlier ancient times, the Gurukul system, the studies used to happen in forests. And nowadays also we have organizations like the Isha Foundation, which is not in any city, but it is in a forest. And that's where we learn, no, cultivation, crops. When you are growing all this, you, instead of reading all this, that this is how you manure the plants, this is how you water the plant, this is how it grows. Observation is the most important thing. So I will be very happy outdoors, because the
Outdoors.
classroom is a little claustrophobic place, and I think we need to get out of the four walls of the classroom for actual teaching.
I totally agree, and I second that. I'll come with you for the outdoor
Yes,
fun.
yes. I think
Okay,
all the
so
educators should be out.
out in the open. Great.
Yes,
So
out and
we
out.
all so we all know that most of us, I think I would say all teachers have some secret talents, right?
Hmm.
So what's something unexpected that you excel at besides teaching? Your
Yeah,
secret talent. Let's get that
secret. It's,
in front
it's
of
I don't.
everyone.
It may be a secret to some people, but I sing reasonably well. I don't know if it's a secret.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
So and speak reasonably well, and I write reasonably well. So I think these are the things which I do well, and
Oh, I heard it as sing. I thought you said you sing very reasonably
yeah,
well.
yeah, I don't sing very well, but reasonably well. Yes.
Oh wow, that's great. Okay, that we didn't know. Maybe we'll take this offline and. Okay, so the next up we have a small rapid fire round, which is going to be very simple. I'm not going to ask any difficult, not going to throw difficult words at you. So they're
Yeah, yeah,
all
let it
easy
come.
words. So the first thing that comes to your mind is what you have to say. Okay, it's just going to be one word. So anything that the
Yeah,
first thing that comes to your mind, you just have to quickly say that. Okay. So there's no time to kind of think and plan
yeah. Okay.
and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay.
Yes.
So the first one is school,
Life.
students,
Active.
homework,
Drudgery.
education,
Useful.
maths.
Interesting.
Wow, teachers,
Life givers.
discipline,
Very important.
summer break,
Time to relax.
fun, the best part of being a teacher,
Yes.
exams,
Pardon me?
exams.
Not necessary.
Totally agree. Okay, so I think you did very well with this. And as we near the end of this, this conversation, what advice or words of wisdom would you like to share with, with fellow educators or aspiring entrepreneurs in the education sector?
Yeah, I think the most important advice is that, I get so many messages about teachers getting disheartened after a number of years in their own setups. They feel that they want to move out, or they don't get jobs, and it's little pathetic condition, except for, I would say Delhi. There are other parts of India where they are paying peanuts to the teacher, and the workload is very high, and also what happens is that they're not given their dues, etc. So they get frustrated in that. And after all, when we are building the nation builders are not given respect. I don't know what is going to be the future of a country uh, where teachers are not respected. So you find that, recently I was reading a newspaper article where students were not cutting their hair, and the discipline in charge cut their hair, and that discipline in charge was suspended. So the first action is always taken on the teacher, right? The school will always take the school, because the minors have got more rights. So what I would like to say to the educators is, in whatever circumstances you are, you have to think about the kids, because we have a lot of problems probably at home. We have problems with colleagues, we have problems with xyz people. But I saw a video on WhatsApp. It was in Japan. There was a Japanese teacher. He was literally crying because his wife was not well or something like that. And just before entering the classroom, he wiped all his tears, he put up a happy face, and then he entered. That was captured on a CCTV camera. So you see, that's what happens when we go inside the class. What goes inside should never be visible to the students, and we have to do justice to the job that we are interested. And also, over a long period of time, I think we need to improve ourselves, not remain a teacher. From a teacher, I think we need to become guru. A guru is someone who is going to empower others. A guru is someone who is going to facilitate learning, not dictate things. So I think a gradual improvement has to come in each educator, and they should not be stagnant, saying that I will do this when I retire, when I'll do. So there is always a target. When my child grows up, when my child marries, when my grandchild is born, they always postpone things. Now, like, see, for example, you have taken the initiative. I mean, people can relax also at their homes, right? Because as teachers we have a difficult job at school, we get tired, but in spite of that, there are so many of educators who come forward to empower others. In that, it was their free time, right? So just like you, Bhumika, you have done so many sessions, and in that was your private time probably, and but you gave it for others. And that's what we have to realize: when we give to others, we will get more. The more we give, the more we get. The day our educators realize this, right, and empower each other, there are no secrets. Sometimes what happens, our colleagues will not tell their class management systems, they will not share their secrets, because they think that then he will be or she will become a better teacher than us. It's not like that. When we share and empower others, we all grow together. So I think we need to grow together as a community, and lift people who are lagging behind, and search for mentors who are better than us, so that we ourselves keep improving. We can never say we are the best. So we always need to find someone who is better than us and try to emulate his or her characteristics and keep improving ourselves. We don't teach the same things every year, right? The curriculum is same, but our methodology changes. And that happens when a teacher is on a path of growth and development. So that's what my message is, that don't be static, be dynamic, keep growing.
Yeah. I totally agree, and I second that, Matthew, sir. Thank you so much for joining in this evening. I would encourage all educators to embrace innovation and think outside the box. And that's what even Matthew, sir, just said, that you have to keep learning, right? Because that's what we do in the class. We keep the more we will learn, the better we would be able to teach. Education is constantly evolving, and we have the power to shape the future of learning. So keep learning, keep growing. I'm going to see you in the next episode of Unplugged with Bhumika, Educator Spotlight. Thank you so much for joining in, Matthew, sir. Thank you so much to all the viewers. See you soon in the next episode. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
and
you.
three cheers to AIF.
Yes, three cheers to AIEF.
Thank you.
See you soon. Bye.